Do not watch this video if you are operating heavy machinery. Do not watch this video if you're driving, which I guess is operating heavy machinery. And do not watch this video if you want to be entertained, enlightened, learn something new, or have anything that captures your attention that you actually want to listen, because that is not the goal of this video. As a matter of fact, it is the opposite goal of this video. This is my Corey at Random Good Night Stories. My entire goal with this podcast or interview show, as you will, so I will have guests on, is to help you go to sleep. I'm going to try to provide you with the most boring, unenlightening, how's my day going, how's your day going stories that not only don't capture your attention, but help you go to sleep. I'm coping with the fact that that'll hurt my feelings or not. I don't think so. If we're accomplishing the mission, then that's exactly what it is. If you're like me, sometimes I have a hard time going to sleep. And so people are like, listen to music. So I'll listen to music. But I've always wanted to be a rock star or a musician. I even went to Nashville in the early 90s to try to become a country singer at the time. I found out you have to be able to sing, so that didn't work out so well. But when I'm listening to music, whether I'm driving or doing something else, or even at a concert or trying to go to sleep, in my head, I'm the singer, I'm in the band, and I am singing every word, hitting every note, and getting ready for the post-party after the concert. So if I'm listening to music, I can't go to sleep because I'm in the middle of a show. So that doesn't work for me. Does that make me crazy? I think so. Probably. Makes me strange. But anyway, that happens. If I try to listen to TV shows, well, that doesn't exactly work either because I'm listening to the TV show. So that doesn't work. People are trying nature sounds and things like that. So I've tried that, but then I end up trying to listen for patterns. Or what kind of sound is that? What kind of monkey is that? Is that rain? Is it just a mist? Is it the ocean? I don't know. It doesn't work out for me. So what I do is I try to find videos that I'm somewhat interested in, but where the person just talks for a long period of time. Maybe it gets into a little more data or in depth than I want it to be, and that sometimes helps me go to sleep. In those instances where I can't go to sleep, I typically don't lay down until I'm completely exhausted, and so that helps me sleep. But in those instances where maybe I wake up in the middle of the night or I'm just having a hard time going to sleep, then I will actually just listen to videos like that. I had one time someone told me that my voice was so boring I should make videos to help people go to sleep, insomniac videos, and I'm like, well, that doesn't hurt my feelings too bad. So here I am. I've done one before, did okay, but now I'm committed to it. We're going to do, I don't know that I can do it nightly, but I've got people lined up to come on and we'll talk and tell some stories and hopefully just enough to help you to relax and go to sleep. So here we are with my Corey at Random Good Night Stories. This is my long play stories. I'll still be doing my shorts, my goofy shorts and reels and all that kind of stuff. But this is my long play, so you'll be able to watch those. Interesting story today that happened. I was coming back from teaching a class. I teach social media video. I teach how to harness it. I do tell people when I'm teaching classes that you want to share your experiences from life, things you find that are interesting and unique. So today was kind of unique. On my way back from my class, the timing just worked out perfect that I could swing by and pick up my daughter from school after her soccer and things like that. But today she was let out early, so I was there at the time when everybody else was. So this was shortly after 4-ish o'clock. And I pulled into one of the streets and I parked along the curb. And of course, there's cars going by on the left. It's kind of mass mayhem. You got people picking up kids. You got kids leaving. It's a high school. So it's a whole situation like that. A SUV goes over the speed bump next to me, and then another one is going over the speed bump right behind it, another smaller SUV. And the first SUV, they stopped. In my head, they stopped kind of quick. It may not have been, but it just seemed like it. I think maybe a kid darted across the street or they were letting somebody out ahead of them, whatever it was. We're still within the main parking lot, but it is the roads. The car behind him hit him. Not at high speed, but you heard it, bang. It's a low speed impact. Now, I've always been taught if you have an accident and no one's hurt and the cars are running, get off to the side of the road so you're not impeding traffic. No, these people did not do this today. Actually, they just stopped right in the middle of the mass chaos of school letting out, and cars everywhere, and kids everywhere, to get out, to take pictures, exchange their information, all of that. Now, where I was parked, because I was the first car at the intersection, I was a close intersection, I went ahead and just pulled out and went around and parked in another part of the parking lot, and that was allowing cars then to be able to go through because it was lining up as far as you could see with cars. So I was like, wow. I just thought that was kind of interesting that you would just stop right in the middle of the intersection. No one's hurt. I don't think there was any real damage. I don't know how there could have been. It had to have been a 5 mile an hour or less bump. It couldn't have been that hard. There might have been, but I didn't see it. But yeah, so I thought that was interesting. They just stopped right in the middle of the intersection. Now, car accidents is nothing new to me, especially here in the past 7 days, 6 days. Last week, I had traveled to Brownwood, Texas, to watch my daughter play. She's a freshman, but she plays on the varsity team for soccer at her high school, and they were in the playoffs. And that was the second round. They actually won, which was great. But on my way home from watching them win and celebrating them win, I was by myself. It's about 9:30 at night. If you travel out in especially West Texas, there's a lot of little roads, back roads, country roads. I was flying along on this country road. I say flying. I think the speed limit's 75, but I was probably 68, 70, somewhere in there. I had turned my high beams off because it was dark, but a car had come and just passed. So I turned my high beams off. I was getting ready to turn them back on when 3 wild hogs, feral hogs, darted across the road. And when I say darted across the road, it wasn't like it was way up high up the road. They were directly right in front of me. And there were 3 of them, and they were in a perfect line, and they were scooting, but not fast enough. And I missed the first one, but I caught the other 2. Because you're going to sleep, I'm not going to put images in your head of what that looked like, other than they did tear the right front of my vehicle. I have an SUV. I'm driving right now a Volkswagen Tiguan. I really, really like it. But it ripped the front of that car off. Now, kudos to the Volkswagen Tiguan. Because, yes, it ripped front bumper. Everything from the headlight on the passenger side down is gone. But mechanically, everything was working fine. Luckily, a gentleman stopped, and I have his name. I think his name was Jason. And I reached out to him and tried to text him, so I think I got his number wrong. There was a lot going on that night. He stopped. He had the tools. He helped me get the car prepped back up so we could drive. And before that, he had helped clean the road off so that no one else would drive by. As a matter of fact, we're on the side of the road. My daughter's, the bus from her school went by. She didn't realize it was me, of course, but they went by, headed by. So him doing that probably saved a lot of people a lot of damage. And maybe lives, too. You never know if you hit those. But he stopped and helped me, and I was able to get the car home. It took me about 2.5 hours to do that long drive home because I didn't get up to full speed. I didn't know the extent of the damage. We tested everything out. Everything looked fine, but I just want to make sure. So, yeah, car accident. That was not fun. The car has gone into the shop. They're telling me it's going to be a good 4 weeks, which is depressing. They did give me a rental car. Now, here's the funny thing about the rental car. This is a reputable rental car company that I'm using. And they gave me a Chevy Trailblazer. And I haven't driven a Trailblazer in a long time. They made them and they stopped and they brought them back. And it's a smaller SUV if you're not familiar with it. It's not a big SUV. It's a smaller SUV. And the funny thing is, it only has 17,000 miles on it. So to me, that's practically brand new. This vehicle is in the roughest shape of any 17,000 mile car I have ever seen. When you got in, the dash is scratched up. There's, the plastic molding around the volume knob is already peeling off. There's scratches all over the car. In the reverse lights, or the brake lights, when you step on the brake lights, it looks like the reverse lights come on full blast. As a matter of fact, Angie was driving behind me. I stepped on my brakes, and she's like, it was like spotlights shining. So they're really, really bright, and they're white, which is weird. I had someone stop me, came up next to me, head rolled down the window, was like, your brake lights aren't working. It is the white lights, you just got your reverse lights come on when you hit the brake lights. I did check it out. The brake lights come on, but not near as strong as the white reverse lights, if that's what they are, super strong. Then, now, when you hit a bump, your bright lights, at night the bright lights come on. So your brights come on, and you can't get them to shut off. And then you'll hit a bump and they shut off, which I've made some people pretty mad because we're just driving down the street and all of a sudden I'm hitting them with high beams. So that I've got to take that back and get a different vehicle. But it's really crazy because it's just beat up. Now, it's a nice car. It's a good SUV. It's actually got pretty good size, but that thing has been ridden really, really hard. So I was talking about earlier that I was teaching a social media class, and that's what I do. I teach social media classes. That's part of my job as a sales manager and trying to bring value and things to our clients. I teach social media. You may be wondering, why in the world do I feel like I can do that when I'm making videos to help you go to sleep? But here's my take on that. I can get 1 million to 5 million views per month if I put out the right videos. I put out 2 to 3 videos per day. I film all weekends. I film at nights. I do things like this. So content, I have a ton of content that I'm able to put out. But I've kind of learned in doing as the thousands and thousands of videos that I have put out, I'm not going to be the influencer person. It's not that I don't know how to film it or edit it. I think most of the time my content is good and funny, but I just haven't been able to connect. And so when I'm teaching people that, they may be the person that connects. Sometimes you can't tell who that's going to be, who's going to be the person that connects. But as I try to tell people, every legend, that is my dog screaming. He needs to go outside. So if you're sitting there going, is that my dog barking? No, unfortunately, that's my dog barking. Someone's taking care of him right now. But every great sports legend, the Tom Bradys and the Jordans, all of them, they still had a coach, a positions coach, someone who they worked with continually. Now, you'd like to think the person that would coach a Jordan or coach a Tom Brady surely must have been the greatest stars ever. But no, sometimes it doesn't work out that way. Sometimes the best coaches may not have been the top performing players. They just understood how to do the mindset and how to do those things, and they teach that. And I think that's kind of me when I'm talking about social media video. I do well. I get paid on the platforms. That's great. But I think sometimes mine is more helping the ones that are going to take it to the next level. Who's going to be the next big influencer? Sometimes I think I'm here to just kind of help them on their journey, whether it be ideas or camera confidence or how to really talk to a teleprompter if you're using a teleprompter, or things to kind of pull it all together. And so I'm excited about that. So sometimes people will be like, man, you're teaching people to be social media influencers, but you only get 1 million to 5 million views per month. That's not very much. But I'm not really teaching people to be social media influencers. I work mainly with real estate agents and mortgage companies, but any kind of business. It's more about making content and videos to connect to your database, to stay in front of them. And by doing that, you're growing your business. As I tell real estate agents, I said, if you made a video and it got watched 4 million times, if 4 million people called you tomorrow to list their house, that sounds like a great problem to have, but it's not. Your phone would not stop ringing. You would be slammed. I'd probably crawl into a hole. I wouldn't even know what to do with that. But it's about the right people see your videos, the people that you can connect with, the people that can help you build your business, grow your business, do the things you want to do. So the number of views really aren't that important if you're getting good engagement and it's the right people. And I try to teach people that as they grow their channels. And some people blossom into getting lots of views, and that's fantastic. Others just stay within that database and they grow their business, and that's great. But building their brand. So brand awareness through social media, video, and content, that's what I do. And I try to really focus on the free aspects of it. There's great people out there that teach, paid advertising and things like that. I don't really get into that space. My space is utilizing the free tools that are here that you have. I do get paid on the platforms, although there's one platform that we're a little bit sideways. And it part of its name says book in it. But the problem I'm having with it is I get paid not only in bonuses, but also on Reels, advertisements on Reels. I started to use an AI generated voice simulator. There are times I can't sit down and make a video, and so I will use sometimes just pictures, voiceovers, and there's sometimes I'm not in a space to do a voiceover. So I found this AI voice generator. It doesn't sound like me, but it makes a voice. Still sounds a little computerized and a little AI, but that's okay. So I started using that in some of my videos, original content. Boom, they knocked me out of their paid program because they said I was using non-original content without enough original stuff to make it unique, not enough value. So I've submitted a protest to that. I think it first came out and they still said no, but we'll protest it again. It's happened to me in the past. I never mean to really put up copyrighted material. Sometimes I'll do it just like not thinking, like kind of funny, almost like a review or reaction video. They really don't like that. So I try to stay away from that as much as I possibly can, but we'll see. So future episodes, Rory Sanders is going to join me. That's a friend of mine. We work together. He's 46 years old, went back to college, and decided to go out try out for the lacrosse club that his one son plays on and the other son coaches on, and made the team as their goalie. So he's a 46-year-old lacrosse goalie in college, and he is just starting to blow up on social media. He's been on CBS News, Barstool Sports. There was another post, not even a video, just a post that was seen 7 million times. So his story is super great. I'm going to be bringing him on. Now, he might have his feelings hurt that I'm bringing him on the Good Night Show because we're supposed to be having boring videos here. But, we'll just see how that works. How long should each one of these videos be? How long do you need to go to sleep? I don't know. If I'm good at my job, you're already asleep, which would actually be perfect. If not, 20 to 30 minutes, maybe 15 to 20 to 30 minutes, maybe longer. Maybe it'd be fun to try to pull an all-nighter one night, see how long I can go. So if you hear snoring, that's me. I apologize. That's probably what's going to be happening, but we'll figure it out. So this is the launch. Now, I've done one other sleep video, but that was a while back. Didn't have a lot of views, and that's okay. I wasn't really committed to doing a sleep video. I was more, someone had told me, you're so boring, your voice is so boring, you should go to sleep videos. So I made one. It didn't really get watched that much, but that's okay. But I'm kind of committed to this genre now because it's therapeutic for me to just be able to sit and talk. I like to talk. I like to tell stories. And so it's good for me, and it's a good recap and a good way for me to slow down and calm down from the day. And if it puts you to sleep, we're in great shape. If it doesn't put you to sleep, I apologize, but hopefully you're entertained enough that you're staying up to listen to it. We'll try to bring you some fun content. We'll absolutely do that. So this is the Corey at Random Good Night Stories, videos to help you relax and get a good night's sleep. What I always tell myself when I go to sleep, this is going to sound silly, but it's mind over matter, if you will. I'm going to get a good night's sleep. That's the goal, right? So I tell myself I'm going to get a good night's sleep. I'm going to wake up well rested, and I'm going to have an amazing day. Good night's sleep, well rested, amazing day. If I go to sleep with that mindset of positivity, I do pretty good, and I usually wake up in a pretty good mindset with a good rest. If sometimes I forget to do that, then sometimes my night may not be as peaceful. Can I say it every time? No. Does it have a correlation? Not sure, but I think mind over matter absolutely works. So mindset is key on everything you do, so you've got to focus on that. Oh, speaking of mindset, it makes me think about losing weight or trying to get in better shape. My family was talking about our summer bodies because summer's coming up. Now I'm thinking my summer body for 2025. I think they mean the one this year, but that's okay. I have found that your dental health is directly connected to your ability to lose weight. And here's why. Not in the way that you would think. It's not necessarily about health. If you really just commit to taking care of your teeth, which I've had to do, I have terrible teeth. So I'm trying to do that. But every night, you should floss. and brush your teeth and gargle and do all the great stuff. If you commit to doing that, and if you commit to doing that early in the evening, you're not going to want to go eat again, because the time it takes to brush your teeth and floss and do all of that, I don't want to do that again. So I have found if I start doing that, and about the time it's bedtime, I do my whole routine, and I'm absolutely committed to making sure I get that done and do that well. Used to just rush through it, but now I take my time, do it well, the water pick, the whole 9 yards. Then when I climb into bed and I get that munchy feeling, I don't really act on it, because I'm like, I'm going to have to brush my teeth again. And that's going to be a 15-minute routine of getting ready for bed, and I don't want to do that again. So it's actually making sure that I'm not munching or getting snacks or doing the things that I shouldn't be doing. It's helping me actually lose weight. So taking good care of my teeth and losing weight. Now, if you talk to my dentist, which is my friend, maybe I'm not taking as good a care of my teeth as I should. But I have cut way back on the energy drinks, as I have found out they're terrible for your teeth. Absolutely horrible for your teeth. So you really should lay off the energy drinks. There's a certain energy drink that I absolutely love, and I don't drink it for the energy boost, which is weird to say. I love the taste. Most people don't like the taste of this one. It's really a sharp, sweet taste. It tastes like drinking a liquid Spree. If you've ever had a Spree, I love Spree candy. So this one's like drinking a liquid Spree. If they would make a version without the energy part, and they just made that drink with that taste, whew, I would be all over that. Like, that would be great, because I don't necessarily need the energy boost, but the taste, I love the taste. And I usually crave the taste at night, so, which I have found is the wrong time to do an energy drink. If you do that, then this video, it will never be long enough to help you get to sleep. We'll just sit around and see the sunrise as we're coming down off of our energy drinks. But yeah, so I wish there were some of these, they would make the drink for the flavor without the boost, because that would be cool. I would drink it, probably the only one, but I would love it. That would be good. Okay, so hopefully by now you are good and off to sleep. And so have a great night. We will be back soon with another one. If you like these, subscribe, follow, like, comment, do all you can to help me fight the algorithms. And I had someone tell me the other day, if you don't like the video, that's okay. Do a thumbs down, because apparently the algorithm doesn't care if you like it or hate it. They just want to know that you watched it and that you engaged with it, that it elicited some kind of emotion that you engaged. So if you hate it, thumbs down, that's fine. Give me a thumbs up. I like that better, but it's okay. Have a good night's sleep. We'll do this again.